Hey everybody, what's going on? It is Junior for the win here, and I have a new video series for you on Photoshop. So, Photoshop is a very amazing tool. It is very complex, and it can be easy. It depends how your workflow is and whatnot, and you might just be on it to, edit pictures of your family or whatever, or you might be going professional or whatever you may be using it for. I want to break down every single tool and how to use everything, not even just for you guys, also for myself, because I always have to look up how to do this or how to do that. And sometimes there's not very good videos or tutorials on how to do that. And I want to learn myself, teach myself, and teach other people in the process. So we're going to jump right into the first part of what you see on Photoshop and go over all the settings and go from there.
Alright, so I'm going to do this like it's your first time using Adobe Photoshop. So what you want to do is download the Creative Cloud desktop, which I have installed here. Periodically, I would check for updates. I would leave the automatic updates on because it's nice to have the most up-to-date version of whatever software you are using. So I'm just going to do a little check for updates. I already did this today, but just for the video. And there's no updates. Okay, so you can launch this from going to all apps. You could do it from here, you could do it from here, you could do it however you want. You can make a desktop icon, you can make a shortcut like I have down here, whatever you want to do. But we're gonna hit open, and it takes a while, usually the first time of the day, because it has to load everything. But as you can see, mine loaded pretty fast because I did use this a bunch today. So here is all your recent projects. You can change how they are filtered. You can show them like this, show them like that. There's always little suggestions and things you can see. We can go to the Learn panel and you can learn all about a bunch of different things with Photoshop. I personally don't really find them really useful, but it's all on preference. You can go to your files if you have anything synced to the cloud, which I do not. Anything shared to you within the cloud, which I do not. My Lightroom photos, so these are just my portfolios and other pictures that I have edited. Deleted, I don't delete anything, so there should be nothing in there. If you hit this cloud, it tells you how much cloud storage you have used from all your devices. Sorry, if you hover over it. Search, you can search for whatever you have done in Photoshop. This gift icon, I don't actually know what this is. It says what's new, so I guess it's just telling you things you can do. So there we go. I guess we'll learn later on. And here it opens up your profile. It opened another window over on the right where you can't see. So what you want to do when you first come in here is you want to go to Edit and go to Preferences, General, and we will go down through all of these settings that I use and whatnot. So color picker, Adobe. I always keep it to Adobe. Hue, I keep it to small. Image, I always leave it to this one. And I can't tell you or explain to you why I do it this way. This is just what I've found from other people and my personal preference. And my quality always comes out good, in my opinion. So you can tweak it to however it fits you, so it's up to you. Interface, you can change your color themes for, whatever. Change like the whole theme of Adobe. You can actually, there's a cheat, I'll leave a link in the description, and you can actually completely change the color and not use these colors because these colors suck. So this is for the interface of all of Adobe. This changes your workspace, so for icons and panels and whatnot. Tools, you can turn certain things on or off. I prefer to leave all of these ones how they are. History log, you can turn that on if you want to log some activity on your Adobe. File handling, so for me, I have it to always save because I don't like losing my things. I hate losing data, I hate losing work, it really makes me mad. File extension, I leave everything lowercase. A save is original folder, save in background, auto save recovery information every 10 minutes, very important, I have that set. This way it doesn't slow you down too much, but you also always have saves. Enable legacy save as, you can do that if you want, so that way you can pick where it saves. Mine automatically does that anyways. So for camera raw preferences, go into this real quick. I actually just have everything default, not gonna lie. Whatever it's set to, just probably leave alone because that's what works best. All these settings, camera raw, I have it set like this, where you want your cloud to go. Export, I always export to PNG unless I am uploading a stock footage, then it has to be in JPEG because JPEG for some reason is the standard. I couldn't tell you why, but PNGs you can have transparencies and whatnot, as is JPEG you cannot. And GIF is like the animated things you see, but also here. Smaller file, if you want it to be a smaller file, it uses a smaller coder for the colors. You can check that if you want to save space, but I am not. Quick export, I do not use this because it's useless. Convert to sRGB, so that is basically the color in pixels that your screen is showing you the colors in. Performance, okay, so this is all a personal preference and based on your computer. So I have a lot of RAM, I have 64 gigs, so I have mine set high. The higher the better. The less things you have open while you are using Photoshop, the better performance you will get. Don't really mess with this unless you know what you're doing. If you don't have a computer built for it, don't over spec it or whatnot. So just kind of like set it and test it, see what works best. So that is that. I don't want to get into that too much. So scratch disks. Okay, so for me, I have a bunch of hard drives and SSDs, and I like to have all my scratch disks on my biggest hard drive because I run out of space very quickly because I am editing videos and pictures a lot. Pick somewhere you don't mind it eating storage because when you render stuff and whatnot, it goes into that folder. Cursors can change, what you want, customize it. Transparency, that is for, not showing anything in the background on a picture and having a blank canvas. Units and rulers, print resolution, this is usually what I leave it to. I found this works best. Grid lines and rulers, you can change the colors and what they look like to appeal you better. Plugins, this is if you have any extra things, as in like I have a loop deck that I use sometimes for Lightroom, and that is a plugin, or you can get external plugins for this that are also software. So if you don't know what any of this is, don't touch it. Type options, this all default. 3D, again, set this for your computer. Use modifier, key palettes, don't touch anything if any of it's not on. And finally, this is if you want them to, use your data and track you and see what you're doing to learn from you. And yeah, so that's up to you, viewer discretion. Okay, so real quick, we're going to go here up to File in New. Okay, so when we go to open a new document, there's going to be a few custom panels you can already pick, and there's a bunch of different options you can choose them for. Me, I'm just going to do this. So I was making a YouTube thumbnail, and this was the custom size because that is a 1080p picture, and I leave all this stuff the same. You can up this if you'd like, but I'm just going to hit create. Okay, so we have a blank canvas, so now we can do whatever we want on here. So I'm going to go to my folders and I'm going to just open a picture. Okay, we're going to just open this picture. That's good. This is not color graded or anything, but we have our picture in Photoshop, and that's pretty much it for this video here. I'll show you how to add text. So to add text, come over here to the left panel, pick the text, drag it over here, and hello. So that is just the default text that I had set last in the color, but we'll go over all of that into detail. But basically that is the basics of Photoshop in episode 1. And yeah, we'll go from there and start our way down. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or anything, please feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day, and peace out, everybody.